What do you understand by word seva?
Recognizing the need of somebody and serving him without any return and even thinking about any return.
Selfless servicing is what सेवा, बिना कोई expectations के
हाँ,
आप जो दे सकते हो
दे सकते
या आप किसी का मदद कर सकते हो या कोई भी चीज जो कर सकते हो is what.
सेवा है.
But don't expect anything in return from that.
Serving and taking out time, whether it's time, money, whatever you can do with your physical, and it starts even at home. What you're able to do, you do it with love and just no expectations.
To do some needed help, like a voluntary stuff, do some, in Montreal, we in West Island, we do every month Seva. We cook food for the helpless people, and we have 32 members. Every month we circulate with food, and plus we donate some cash. Mm-hmm. And we send it to India, Nepal, some poor countries and all that seva we do.
Archana, I agree with whatever been said. And one thing I might want to add is doesn't mean it has to be say you do it to someone else who is in need. Even say taking care of yourself is a seva to you, and doing something that doesn't harm anyone, least harm when there is a situation of
conflict.
Yeah.
Okay. Path of least harm. That's
path of least
following your dharma is seva, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah, following that. Okay. Yes.
Very good answer.
It can be any form of service. It doesn't matter with the size. Doing it with compassion, it can be any form of help offered to someone.
जैसे सबने बोला वो ठीक है, बट मैं ऐड करना चाहती हूँ कि अगर सेवा करनी है तो उसके लिए भाव आना चाहिए, और वो मेरे को लगता है योग करने से आता है शायद. मतलब भाव भी तो जरूरी है ना.
Very good point.
In my, I'm thinking it's similar to what they said. Just one thing that I am thinking is there shouldn't be really any benefit at all for us. I don't know, my perspective again, it could be wrong. If I'm doing something for, my family, I don't think it's seva. I'm just thinking more of it should be beyond my thing. It should be beyond.
Okay. Good perspective.
Seva, I guess everybody already said it, right? Seva means selfless, seva means service, seva means self-meditation for some people, right? It's you go there or wherever it is, you just spend your time being useful to anybody else. Okay. That's kind of a seva too.
Sanskrit word seva. Small child who wants to please the mother and mother wants the child to do the homework. He does the homework really well because he will get mother's love. The feeling with which the child does the homework to please the mother, to get the love of the mother, is equivalent to seva. Seva is never done to a human being. Seva is a form of bhakti only to get the love of God or self-realization. It's a journey towards self-realization. That's what seva is. Seva cannot be done without all religion. Seva or service is considered a major part of the path, but some places it's really done, some places it's done with a hidden agenda. Sikh dharma is the most this thing in seva. They do really selfless service all over, and they really follow the intent of it. That's what I have felt. Whereas others, all those Christian missionaries who say that service to humanity, service to God, they have a hidden agenda of conversion. That's what in my experience is. So I studied in a Christian school, and that's what I used to see, that those who followed there, they were given more chances, and that the seva was directed only towards that kind of thing. Whereas in bhakti, in Bhagavatam, it's one of the 9 forms of bhakti is seva. There should be no hidden agenda, whether you donate something. There should not even be a feeling of that I'm helping somebody or getting some donation receipt for tax exemption. That is not seva, that's transaction. So in Bhagavatam, there are 9 forms of bhakti, as I told you. First is Shravanam, that you listen about all these devotional studies and everything, like you're listening to this yoga lecture or reading Bhagavad Gita. Then Shravanam, then after comes Kirtanam, like what we did in Spandan, we did Kirtan. Then Vishnu Smaranam, that is remembering God all the time, that devotional aspect. And then comes Padasevanam, that means seva. Because our culture defines God in each and every being, right? Whether it's animal, birds, human beings, or plants, whatever you can do with your body, mind or tongue can be seva. So kaya, vacha and mansa, there are three forms of seva you can do. Not only seva you can do only with the body, but also with your tongue and with your mind you can do seva. So it's your bhav, as Jasbir said, bhav is that feeling that matters. Why you're doing that? So you are not doing seva for any human beings. You're doing seva to reach that divinity through a medium of a human being or animal plant. So that's seva. Seva is only done for Bhagwan to reach that divinity. And again, that bhav doesn't come always. It comes through your practice. Medium can be your child, that medium can be your colleague, that medium can be anybody in the community, but you're not doing to help that person per se, but seva is beyond that. It's your means. It's for you. It's not for anybody else. It's your path. It's your way of sort of, can use that English word salvation. Like it's your churning of your karma. And again, even that feeling that I'm doing it should not be there. You should have a feeling that I'm blessed to find this path. Any questions? So, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pad Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. So these are 9 forms of bhakti. Atmanivedanam is the highest form. Atmanivedanam is like in yagya, like in fire sacrifice. You submit that akshat, ghee, you put in that fire. You put yourself. You yourself are that sacrifice. So that's the highest form of bhakti, that your whole being is that you are submitting your own self. So remember this kaya, vacha and mansa. So bodily, tongue, like the speech and mind. You can do seva with all three. And when all three are united, that's the best form. Like what you think, you do and what you say is all aligned. And the Sanskrit term for that in Bhagavad Gita is given arjavam. Like when you're aligned, your mind, your tongue and your actions are all aligned. Manakram vachan dhyana jo lave, so he amit jivan phal pave. Okay. Any questions? Too much information?
Yeah, I think just going back to my perspective, like I do it, say for my, like, you know, my parents, or like it's all my, is it still a seva? Or?
So yeah, that minus should not be there. You're serving God so as to through your parents, right? So that's where you need to practice relative detachment. You get sad because you are attached. Something happened to your parents, okay? Like health-wise, then you get sad because you're not taking it as a natural evolution of life. People get sick as they get old. So whatever seva you can do, but having that relative detachment that everything is happening in nature. It's natural progression of life. It's like if you put your milk outside the fridge, in a day it will get spoiled. That's natural, right? If you don't do anything with your body, it will get spoiled. If you don't do anything with your mind, any physical matter, that's law of entropy. It's a thermodynamics law. Any physical matter will get spoiled. So body is a physical matter. You're doing seva, but element of fear should not be there. We only work with 2 motivational things, either fear or love. So see every time what is the motivation for your action. Is it fear or is it love? Always assess yourself. So when you operate out of fear, there all the negativity, sadness, expectation, everything happens. When you operate out of love, it's pure seva. Okay, very good question.